let's get familiar with this character. She goes by Jeannie Seely. You see, Jeannie spelled differently, I guess, is her middle name. And they list her full name as Marilyn Jeannie Seely. But as I said, on the main stage, known as Jeannie Seely, it's an RIP. Was an American singer, songwriter, record producer, and author. Primarily identified with country music, Seely found success with the Grammy Award-winning song "Don't Touch Me." That, to me, that kind of connects with a lot of stuff going on the main stage right now, right? With a lot of the SA stories, Shannon Sharp being accused, now being let go by ESPN. Okay. We had like the Diddy stuff all going on, right? With the traffic and that. But it's interesting. So she has this song, Don't Touch Me. Her soul inspired vocal delivery gave her the nickname of Miss Country Soul. Seely was a member of and performed on the Grand Ole Opry, having appeared more times on the program than any other performer. That's a lot of appearances. Okay. And including 57 years as a member of the Grand Ole Opry. All right. So that's an RIP right there. Now, she was 85 years old. Her publicist, Dawn. Look, her publicist name is Dawn. Okay. Publicist name is Dawn. Like the current commander-in-chief, right? There's Dawn again. There's Dawn again. But Dawn Murray Grubbs, her publicist, said she died Friday after succumbing to complications from an intestinal infection. Ouch, right? And they're saying her second husband, Gene Ward, died in December. Okay? So she dies not too long after her second husband. In May, Seely revealed that she was in recovery after undergoing multiple back surgeries, 2 emergency procedures, and spending 11 days in the ICU. Let's pull up her second husband. I guess he's known as her husband. Okay, you see that right there. And you see he died right there. So, he died at the age of 92. We may look a little bit more into that. We don't get an exact day. The article says December 16 right there. We can click on that article and we may come back and look at that. So there's that 14 right there. Husband of 14 years. So we may come back and look at that. But we're going to first, and this is an Associated Press article. I'm decoding, okay? We're going to play this video and then hope the volume sticks and I don't have to edit this out.
We do begin with breaking news tonight, some sad breaking news. Country music legend and Grammy Award winner Jeannie Seely has died. Her publicist said the Grand Ole Opry star passed away about an hour ago here in Nashville from an intestinal infection. Seely performed nearly 5,400 times at the Opry, more than any other musician in history. Jeannie Seely was 85 years old.
Okay, and we want to enter Grand Ole Opry in this calculator as well. We want to see what it converts to with numbers. Let's see Let's see if I spell it right. I want to see if I spell it right also. So let me see if I can maybe do a copy and paste real quick on the fly. Of course, I'm not seeing it where I think I should see it. Grand. Okay, so Grand Ole Opry. I think I got it right there. Grand Ole Opry. Okay, so that appears to be right. Did they say something about 57 years with the Opry? Did they? Wouldn't that be interesting? Let's go back. Oh, oh, oh. Look at that. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Appearances dating back to May 1966 and including 57 years as a member of the Grand Ole Opry. When Grand Ole Opry equals 57. Come on, man. Come on, man. 4-base ciphers. We hit with the 57 on the fly like that. She also has Sylvester Stallone's birthday. Her last name is S. And look, Sylvester Stallone, SS. No coincidence he's synced up with Hogan, too. You see Hogan right there? Come on, right? So, man, Grand Ole Opry's got the 57. And she's 57 years as a member. Wow. Even look at the art. Look at that news clip, 5:59 p.m. Oh, okay. I thought I saw something about 59. Maybe we'll look back at that. But, I mean, already it's not a coincidence. Even look at this right here. So oh, is this the wrong article? Oh, no, 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 no. Look at this. So I said she's got the same birthday as Sylvester Stallone, SS. Look, another SS is trending at the same time. Look at this. American Eagle responds to critics over ad with Sydney Sweeney saying it was all about the jeans. Ah, I remember that ad. I put these together and then later on I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah. It's like I'm nothing but business when putting together the slides. So SS trending at the same time as Seely, who's got the same birthday as Sylvester Stallone. Look, Sha'Carri Richardson trending. And you can see the S's up there. Look at all those S's. And you can and Sha'Carri Richardson, she's a sprinter as well in a domestic violence trending story, and I'm working on that breakdown. That breakdown's coming up. But all these S's and Sydney Sweeney, that hits with that Sylvester Stallone big time. Okay, so this character, I want to play that Don't Touch Me. We're going to look at that cuz I saw a video where it said 2 weeks ago where she was performing it, right? Which is interesting, and now she passes. But she dies 8/1. August 1, 8/1, and her full name equals 81. Marilyn Jeannie Seely. It looks like Jeannie. I'm going with Jeannie. Marilyn Jeannie Seely, 81. She dies on 8/1. She died. It's a 27-day span from her birthday to her death date. Marilyn Jeannie Seely equals 207, which is like 27. Ritual does equal 27 and 81 as well. Just to mention that, I mean, I think it's worth mentioning. Let's go play that song. But let me show you this, though. Intestinal infection. Oh, this syncs up with her husband, doesn't it? Didn't her husband die at 92? This is why we go on the fly and we learn as presenting. Complications from an intestinal infection. 92 in the language. Marilyn. See that? Marilyn, 92. And we went on the fly. Now let's pull that up again. I hope I can find it. Here it is right here. The article is up, even though they're trying to block. Let's close that. Look, her husband died at 92. Eugene Ward. Look at that right there. And remember that 14 is still lingering. Dead does equal 14, y'all. Ward died at 92. You see him right there. So isn't that wild? Isn't that wild right there? You know, I don't see any specific reason, but he was 92. Cancer? I see something about cancer right there. By the way, he didn't lose his battle with cancer. So I guess I don't know. However, he died. He died. He died at age 92. And they said he's known for being her husband, I guess. That's what popped up. So that's what we're rolling with. So he dies at 92. She dies of intestinal infection, 92. Her first name is Marilyn, according to Google, but she goes by Jeannie. Marilyn's got the 92, y'all. Let's take a look at this right here. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this. Jeannie Seely sings Don't Touch Me. It says that this was uploaded, look, 2 weeks ago. Live on Country's Family Reunion Nashville. I don't know if that was actually 2 weeks ago or if it was just uploaded 2 weeks ago by this channel. But isn't that interesting?
Your hand is like a torch each time.
Your hand is like a torch each time. So she performs this song. You see the crowd here, right?
You don't love me.
Okay, it doesn't ring a bell with me. But again, this song is called Don't Touch Me, which syncs up with a lot of the stories going on right now in the world stage, right? And there's been even more. I just don't have them noted. There's been a lot of this going on. They say, like, very influential to women or whatever. There's been a lot of deaths like that happening now, too.
As though we've
All right, so here's this song, Don't Touch Me.
my
Remember they said her publicist was John or whatever? Like the commander or Don, like the commander in chief. Her name's Jeannie, which is kind of like Jean. Remember, Jean is kind of like a female name for John. And remember, Donald John Trump, right? And if I remember correctly, there's more of him to come. But let's go over here. Remember, he was battling the female, supposedly, right? Kamala Harris for the presidency. Oh, you see that? Donald J. Trump, 148 and 49 like infection. Donald's got the 50 like infection. And I've seen the 50 and the 49 in the last few breakdowns because I know Washington equals 50 and 49. Even Don't Touch Me. We just took a look at that like reunion or whatever that was. Look at this. Don't Touch Me, 138, 48, and 159 like Donald Trump. So how many mainstream trending stories are gonna connect with the current commander-in-chief? Is that like 3 or 4 in a row, y'all? Not to mention like about 9 out of every 10, if maybe 10 out of 10 by the numbers. Don't Touch Me's got the D. Look, it's got Dawn in it. Don't Touch Me's got Dawn in it. Look, don't, Dawn. Even with that apostrophe and the little quote symbol. Look, Dawn. Oh. Even Touch has the T like Trump. This is wild. Of course, her last birthday, the 187th day of the year. Hey, I was raised, I don't know about y'all, but Snoop Dogg taught me it's, 187 is like a death code, like a murder code. And, it says specifically in California, remember California equals 88 like Trump. We're in the 8th month right now, 88 like 8. I'm not saying this character is affiliated with California. She's got that 187 connection right there. Even that 6th day of the 7th month birthday, or 7-6, I believe that connects to Trump as well. Maybe if I remember later, we'll search for that. I can't remember if I put it in here. Well, Marilyn Seely equals 67. That's the birthday again. The 6th day of the 7th month. That 40 even lands with our country, which could connect to politics. U.S., United States, and USA all equal 40 in the language. You like that? Remember, this character's got the S with the same birthday. With the same birthday as Sylvester Stallone, SS, and you had that other character trending, SS. Look at down here. You want to see the fake world, right? Stallone's career spans over 50 years. And he's got the same birthday as 50 Cent, who just turned 50. You see that? Notice how they're all connected. You see Trump right there. You saw Stallone with Hogan. And Hogan was in that Rocky movie. Yeah? Is that correct? 50 Cent, 50 years old, same birthday as Stallone. Remember, 50 Cent's like a boxer as well, like Rocky. George Bush Jr. also has this birthday. It could be a stretch, but Bush could connect to Don't Touch Me. It could be a stretch, right? And there may be more here. But yeah, same birthdays. Obviously connects to Trump with the Republican Party. George W. Bush is age 79. Stallone is the same age as Bush Jr. 79? Why is that hard to believe? Why is that hard to believe? I had the pleasure of meeting this brilliant personality and showman when he was 26 years old. He was absolutely wonderful, and his amazing skill made Rocky 3 incredibly special. But let's get back over here.
Jeannie Seely just left us at 85, and Nashville feels it deep. She flipped the script for women in country music, ditching that prim image for something raw, real, and electric. Remember Don't Touch Me? That song wasn't just a hit, it broke the rules, made hearts ache, and daringly put feeling over all else. She sang with a fire no one else could match, earning the title Miss Country Soul. For over 50 years at the Grand Ole Opry, she wasn't just part of the show. She was the soul of it. This one hurts, y'all.
This one hurts, y'all. Remember Grand Ole Opry 57, and she spent 57 years as a member of the Grand Ole Opry. She's even born and raised in Pennsylvania, right? Remember Trump got his ear capped? Part of the script in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's been popping up a lot. Penn State, Micah Parsons requesting a trade. There's been other Pennsylvania connections. So look at this. There is a California right there. Remember that 187 with the code? The 187th day of the year. Was that it? The birthday 187? Connected with that 187, California 88, like 8. We're in the 8th month. She dies on the first day of the 8th month. What did it say? Infectional something? Intestine or whatever? Infestinal. Why does that not sound right? Oh, intestinal infection? RIP? Yeah, and again with her husband dying at age 92. Remember, we caught that on the fly. Intestinal infection equals 92, again, like Maryland. Right? So you have other big channels. I think it's possible sometimes that they get information from us smaller channels and they feed it to the channels that they want to put out there. I think that happens sometimes. Or I don't know if it's like an algorithm, or I don't know if someone's watching. And I'm not saying this is just me, like I got some big ego. I think there's a lot of us smaller decoder channels and some of the ones that they want to push to get the truth out there, because the truth's coming out, right? I think they might give some of our information and just pump it over to those other channels. Sometimes that's just my opinion, but it is what it is. But look at all of these connections one more time. And that's a nice simple breakdown that makes sense with the language. Okay, look at those connections. So I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? Sydney Sweeney, SS. Shakari, S. She's a sprinter, S. Trending. Seely, S. Same birthday as Sylvester Stallone, SS. You see all those S's up there. Dead at 85. I didn't stretch to find an 85. There's that 79 again, too. But I didn't stretch to find an 85, I didn't stretch on that. Right? So, 86th year of life, 86 to get rid of. Jeannie Seely, soulful. There's another S. Soulful country singer S. Behind hits like Don't Touch Me, dies at 85. And that's amazing with that don't, and it's got Dawn in there. And they said it was like her publicist, I think is what it said, named Dawn as well. I think they said it was her publicist, Dawn, and he's the one who made us aware of the death. This is an Associated Press article I just broke down. And remember, Jeannie, remember Jean is a female version of the name John. Don't forget that, like Donald John Trump. And you'll get a lot of like anti-woman stories connected with Trump. I'm not saying it's true, but remember, you get those stories. And you may get some quotes by the character as well that may not be so popular among women. So once again, another connection to the big orange man, you know, as that character is here to cause chaos. And by the numbers, the character is causing a lot of destruction, division, and chaos. I'm not saying it's the character's fault, but the character is here to cause a big mess on the world stage. If it's not visible to y'all, I mean, it's by this code for sure. Until next time, RIP to this character. It is a character on the world stage. I'll leave it at that. Peace.